There are so many food items in My Time at Sandrock, but which one is the best? Well, let's talk about it. Hello indie game fanatics, my name is Renaud Nadeau, and in this video, we are going to be doing a full breakdown of the best foods in My Time at Sandrock. But before we get into that, let's first discuss how and where you can find these food items. There are 4 different ways to get food within My Time at Sandrock. Those are quests, chests, the Blue Moon, and of course, cooking it yourself.
Yeah, boy.
While doing quests in My Time at Sandrock, there'll be many ways where you can receive or find food items, such as Owen's omelets given to you at the first campfire meeting, or Ernest's banquet cake found in his room at the apartments after running A Moving Story mission. These food items will vary greatly in usefulness and be limited items, so they're not a reliable source and should be used freely once acquired. Some treasure chests will contain small amounts of food items. These are rare and just happy little accidents.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.
If you can find them. But let's be clear, do not rely on chests for your food items. That would be pretty silly. The Blue Moon is the place to regain stamina early on, as you can get a meal there twice a day for the value of roughly 1-to-1 on goals for stamina points. When you only have 300 points of stamina at the start, that means you can refill your bar twice for only around 600 goals. Will you have enough time in the day to use all of that? Unlikely, which is why early game, that is my favorite method. Once you have upgraded your workshop to where you can grow your own crops, that is where the drying rack and cooking stations come into play. The first one researched is the drying rack, and if it wasn't for the workshop commissions, I would just stick with it. But I'll explain this a little later. Next thing researched for food is the cooking station. The cooking station has 3 tiers. The first tier gives you access to the cooking pot and steamer. The second gives you access to the wok. The third gives you access to the oven. As you learn recipes, the townsfolk will give you commission to cook different quantities of these foods for them. In my current playthrough, tomato fish and meat stuffed mushrooms are common commissions for me, and some of the better value ones. The foods you can cook yourself can have a variety of effects, with my favorite of course being the ones that regain you the most stamina. For the first tier of the cooking station, that is either the fine mushroom forest cake or the stewed eagle sistance. Of those two, the mushroom cake is going to be the easier one to farm ingredients for. With that said, both of them are terrible options. The reason being that the sistank, which is required for both recipes, is a fairly rare plant found only in the desert. At most, there are 3 locations it can spawn, and you only get 2 per gathering. The sistank also only spawns in the spring and fall. Gathering the sistank is a time-consuming process with limited supply, which is why I consider it a low-value item, even though it provides the highest regain of stamina from the Tier 1 cooking station. The second tier cooking station gives you access to some better food items by using the wok. The highest regainer of stamina is still a low-value recipe. While late game it can get you up to 70 stamina per use, the Fine D Sanxian still requires sistank along with alfalfa, which are both rare plants. You are better off mass-producing sweet and sour pork, which only requires 1 meat, 1 flour, and 1 sugar to produce, which is very easy to get all the ingredients in bulk and gives you 11 stamina per consumption. The third tier of the cooking station is completely useless outside of commissions. This is due to all the oven recipes only increasing crit chance and crit damage. Nothing stamina related, and by the time you can use this station, your damage output shouldn't be struggling to where you need these recipes. With all that being said, this brings us back to the best food item in the game. This item can be made on the first thing researched and allows you to make your own food, the drying rack. This item is the dried sankuda. Dried sankuda consists of only 2 items, sankuda and soy sauce. Soy sauce can be purchased at both By the Stairs and the Blue Moon, which means you can access up to 40 of it on any given day. Sankuda can be caught in most of the fishing spots around the map. They are most often attracted by sandberries, which can be gathered from the fields around your workshop or purchased at By the Stairs. Purchasing and using the 20 sandberries from By the Stairs, I was able to catch 28 sankuda, and so for around 800 goals, you can craft enough dried sancuda to regain almost 1200 stamina in the late game. For the amount of goals and time spent to craft food items, nothing comes close in value to the dried sancuda. I wish that wasn't the case, as the cooking stations prove to have limited purpose of decent value commissions or gifts for townsfolk, which hurts the enjoyment of experimenting to learn new recipes or learning them from Mabel and Owen. But that is all I have for now. Did I miss any food items that you think are of even higher value than the dried sancuda? If I did, make sure to leave a comment down below which one you think I missed. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to smack that like button, and if you'd like to see more in-depth videos of My Time at Sandrock, be sure to subscribe to my channel.